I could have been incarcerated for the rest of my life. Yes. Mhm. For the fake crimes. Yes. The fake victim. Oh. The fake allegations, accusations. Yes. And you, as a county, thought that I didn't understand exactly what was going on. Yes. It's called sewing technology. Yeah. And somebody's been researching it for all of those that have been diagnosed with mental illnesses. So they could sew your cell phone into you and make small adjustments to your brain while you're sleeping. Yes. So they can say you're cured. Oh. Or they can say that they do know what the cause of mental illness is. Now, this idea of you getting a text message, oh, I don't think it's a text message. I think it's a sewing technology. Yes. hmm hmm And I think that some individuals have really been working on, yes, that next technology that's going to be introduced, yes, so that we will not have to, let's see here, we will not have to have mental health evaluations, or we all will have to have mental health evaluations. See, it's an app. They put it on your smartphone. Yes. They sew the smartphone into you. Yes. And then they connect it to a cell phone tower. Isn't that right, Alphabet? Ooch. Could you call Eric Schmidt? Yes. And Larry? Sergey Pope. You know, it's really good that these billionaires will spend billions upon billions of dollars researching a text message that will help you with your mental illness. Is that what it is? Yes. We're going to get the actual diagnosis of all mental illness throughout humanity. Yeah. And we're going to start texting individuals some sort of blurb about what it's going to do. We're reinforcing the thought. Yes. Bullshit. Now, key variable in how people behave. Yes. Stressful environments create social, educational, mental health deficits. Yes. These forces then, in those Bowl studies, did precisely that. And then, what do you do? MIH, yeah, the 3,000 individuals that have worked there, yeah. He was the director of the National Institute of Mental Health, yeah. Now, this DSM as a research guide, mm, mm, um, um, could you explain how the disorder guide is that what it is? I'd like to know every individual that bought a copy of that for the last 5 years. Oh, and then GPS their location. Yeah. Because psychiatry's medication of normal distress, yes, overuse of drugs. Oh. MIH's overly brain-centric view of mental health. Oh, I think very highly of Tom Insel. Francis said, oh, right motives, decent guy, very smart, honest. But what he did at MIH is disastrous. Oh, is that right? Are you sure he wasn't reaching? He was researching what he wanted to know, not what he was telling you. He wants to use technology to cure mental illnesses. Yes. And his brain is the brain. I mean, any guy that can leave high school at 15, yes. Go to college at 17, marry a woman in her early 20s, is that right? Yeah. Only a 4 or 5 year, 4 or 5 year, well, thinking about the maturity of the human mind. Burley's CEO Andy Conrad, who's brash, sometimes profane style, has reportedly driven away some other top Burley employees. Yes. See, it seems here that Alphabet, Google's holding company, has a 74,000 person company. Yes. Could you get me all the 74,000? In fact, from the time of their incorporation, I'd like to know every employee that they've had. A lot of these corporations are concerned about mental illness. Yeah. It'd be something where you could, as a 500 person company, yes, so in their software, ooch, and then you could have some control of exactly what happens, yes, in the human mind about what it is. Oh, look at it, a company called Seven Cups. He first, the first called Seven, which Enzo learned because his daughter works there. Oh, a text-based peer counseling and support for people with depression and anxiety. Oh, or a long list of other conditions. Yeah. It's text based. Yeah. We're texting each other different encouraging sentences or paragraphs. Yes. That will help you manage your depression. Yeah. Your schizophrenia. Oh, is that what it does? Why don't you give me every text message? Yes. Of all of those that have been texting. Yes. Those that have mental illness and mental disease. Yes. Because I don't think it's the content of the actual text. Now let's see, registering for the simple services such as Pure Connection. Oh, takes only seconds. Users can get referrals to either coaches or licensed mental health counselors and psychologists. From what I've experienced of the sewing technology, so it could be what you were reading with your eyes and what your mind was thinking was two different. Yes, yes.